That you made me try Lagavulin 16.
I didn't force him. There was no force.
All right, cheers. Hi, I'm A.
And I'm Jay.
And welcome to the Whiskey Lounge.
Last week in our first episode, we killed a bottle, and we might again today, but today we're also going to be jumping into distillery that started off my whiskey journey and having a little bottle comparison, and we're going to be jumping in right away, Glenfiddich 12.
Isn't this like the biggest Scotch bottle in the world or something like that?
Yeah, Glenfiddich does over 28 or something like that million liters per year, which is insane.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, they're churning stuff out. So kind of the pro of Glenfiddich is it is everywhere.
That's true. I don't think you can go to any bar that does not have Glenfiddich on their menu. So, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good sound.
Oh, we're off to a good start.
So as you're pouring this...
We're definitely killing this one today, man.
And
we'll save a little bit for our... for Noah in the back, my dude. All right. So why start off with Glenfiddich 12? I mean, it's probably a lot of people's entryway into whiskey in general, let alone Scotch.
Isn't that what you said? Isn't this your first Scotch ever?
My first Scotch was the Glenfiddich 15. And back then, I didn't even know the difference between drinking it neat or on the rocks. I knew what on the rocks was, but I didn't really know what neat was. And so the bartender was like, "Do you want a neat or on the rocks?" And I was like, "I don't know." I said, "What do you think?" And he was like, "Well, he's like, I like it on the rocks because it opens up some of the flavors." And I didn't quite understand what he said, but I was like, "Sure." So he put this giant rock in a classic like rocks glass, and that was my very first Scotch.
Wow, not bad at all.
What are you getting, my man?
Well, I feel like this is classic Glenfiddich. Apples.
Oh yeah,
green apples.
So many green apples.
I may sound pretentious again.
Go ahead, pretend to yourself.
But there's this very specific apple type of apple called Blondie. It smells like it, I'm not gonna lie. Have you ever had Blondies?
Maybe.
They look like golden,
apple hunting
delicious.
Like you do all the time, apparently.
No, once a year. Once a year. But when I do go, I look for Blondies. Why? Because they taste like a mix between apple and banana.
Okay.
It's very interesting. If you find one, you should try it.
Let's get into it.
All
Cheers.
Right, cheers. It's not super strong on the nose, and neither is it super strong on the palate. But you're right, it's very consistent. It's like, this may come across as a bad thing, but that's not what I mean. It comes across like somebody made it in a factory in a batch. Everything should taste exactly the same kind of. It is extremely approachable.
So Glenfiddich, the 15 was my first Scotch. What was your first Scotch?
Well, while this might be a great recommendation for some people who cannot handle too strong of a Scotch or whiskey for that matter and wants to try and get into it, or you can also do the exact opposite. And again, that's his fault. So it was actually at your house that you made me try Lagavulin 16.
I didn't force him. There was no forced stuff on us at all.
That is true. You gave me the options. I remember. It's like, hey, I have this infinity bottle, and I have
which we'll get into. Hey-o.
I have the Japanese Suntory Toki thing.
Okay, oh, nice memory.
And I tried that, and none of them were gelling with me yet at that time. And they're like, hey, how about you try this? And you poured me a dram of Lagavulin 16. While it didn't click with me immediately then, but I found myself liking that a lot more. There was like this herbal note and a minty note in it that I was like, whoa, wow, there's something to it. And it was that a few weeks after, we were celebrating a yacht that I got, and we were at this lounge, and we got each a pour of Ardbeg Ugadal.
Ooh.
And the first sip I took, I was like, oh,
Changed man.
okay, this is interesting. You actually have a very interesting theory on why I liked it so much.
I do. So, of all my Indian friends, I personally like big, bold things. Skydiving, scuba diving, any kind of diving. I like sports and action. And so I gravitate towards big, bold flavors as well. I think that's why whiskey and Scotch in particular really hits the mark for me. Now, with my big brain over here, I have deduced, and I'm 100% accurate so far.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
I'm 3 for 3. So because you grew up
With big, bold flavors.
in what city?
Delhi.
In Delhi, with big, bold flavors.
true.
That this is just not gonna hit home for you. This is just light, essentially. No, you gotta hit some peat, some big, powerful, punchy peat. And so far, I'm 3 for 3. So I love making absolutely bold blanket statements that are probably untrue, but I think that's the way to go. Now, we're not done with just this 12 because we're going to amp this up a little bit with its older, bigger, badder brother.
Ooh, the 14.
The 14. So, what sets the 14 apart from the 12 is no Oloroso sherry, no sherry at all. It says it's finished in new oak barrels. 14 years maturing in casks that previously held bourbon. So, all bourbon finish. And then finished in deep charred new American oak. So usually in Scotch they used that previously held bourbon, and bourbon has to use new barrels. This, they took a brand new barrel, charred the living heck out of it, and that's where we're getting this color from.
So they aged it like a bourbon in the end.
Only for the last.
Yeah.
It doesn't say exactly how long. So either a couple months or a year or two. Okay, see, this has a different note. I'm trying to put my finger on it. My brain is telling me fingernail polish.
Yes, I see what you mean, actually.
It's so hyper. It's like they took the sweet fruit and turned it so high that it passed into a new realm.
Yeah. There is a little synthetic nature to it.
Yeah. But hey, let's dive in.
Yeah. A quick note on that,
Cheers.
If that reminded you of green apples, this reminds me of green apples that have been stewed. So.
Yeah, this is before they go in the oven, and this is afterwards. I would say it has a more pleasant and robust flavor and mouthfeel. It's okay, guys, it's his first time drinking alcohol. It's new. He's very new to this. But holy smokes, take a sip of the 12. I mean, just take a smell of it. The green apple comparatively is nuts.
Oh, wow. They're actually...
Now, I forget what this is going for, though. What the price is on the 14.
I didn't realize when you have them side by side that there's actually a significant amount of difference in them, even on the nose.
Yeah. But you can still feel the Glenfiddich character is going straight through. They've got their product down.
I don't know if it's because now you mentioned it that this was aged in bourbon barrels. It does remind me a lot of bourbon.
Reminds me of bourbon because it's the new oak, which is such a bourbon thing to do. Literally, it's by law, so bourbon's got to be a new oak. So for the Glenfiddich 12 on our dramometer, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 drams.
That's interesting. I would give it a 6.
Give it a 6? Okay.
Yeah.
Hot take. I give it a 5 because it does exactly what you want it to, but no more. It's just if you're ever in a place and you're really in the mood for Scotch, and they have it, you're happy, you're blessed, it's great. But it's not going to wow you or take you to any,
I will say though that it is very light on the finish. Like it has a lot of water like effect. It just flows off. There's not too much of a finish to this. So that's where it loses some points for me. However, after being in this journey for a little bit of time, I am appreciating some of the notes that it does have. And I would not encourage anybody to sleep on this one.
Yeah.
It's a good first entry.
Don't look
whiskey.
down on it. Even if you've been in the game
Yeah.
for a while, like blind taste it. Like go back and challenge yourself to look at it with fresh eyes.
Yeah. However, the 14 though,
Well, yeah, what would you give that?
a 7.
Ooh, that's crazy.
The thing is like last week
It's
we
good,
did
though.
the Sandend. Well, the difference is like it does not, even the finish, even though it's a 14-year-old, the finish is still a little short. Probably because the ABV is not that high.
43.
Maybe.
They're both 43.
So, okay. So if the finish was a little longer, this would actually rank up really high. It's actually really
Oh, no,
good.
this one's 40.
Okay, that makes sense.
Wow, for 40, that's not a bad flavor for 40.
True. That makes sense.
That's a really low.
But you can tell
Yeah.
that it's a 40.
Yes.
Like,
I'm going to give
yeah.
it, I'm going to give the 14 6 out of 10 drams. I think it's good. I think it's just starting to get into that like average category.
Yeah.
At 43, and but it's solid and definitely respectable.
Mm-hmm. Completely agree. I would highly recommend this to anybody who wants to get into Scotch.
Yeah.
Well,
Until then,
we'll see you guys next time.
yeah. Cheers.
Sure.